and Kyle Reese.
I went to Comic-Con and I sort of thought WonderCon would be the same, just in San Francisco. We just like to come out here and geek out and get everyone excited because we're all really excited.
I'm calling Bale. And I'm gonna get his voicemail, but we'll see what happens.
Hi, please leave us a message. Thanks.
Hey guys, it's McG. I'm up here in San Francisco at WonderCon. I'm with 5,000 Terminator fans, and just so you can hear it firsthand, I want you to know how these people feel about Christian Bale being in Terminator.
Well, I think this is a passionate audience, and I always like speaking to the passionate. I don't like people who live in a wallpaper world of I could care less. I like people who like to go all the way, drill down, and identify with what they care about most. And we care about films, and we care about comics, and we care about great storytelling. And at the end of the day, we care about counterculture. So I'm happy to be a part of the Comic-Con circuit. I wouldn't miss San Diego. I wouldn't miss San Francisco. So I'm thrilled to be here, and I think that this is an idea and a character that has been dear to the hearts of the attendees of the comic conventions, and we wanted to be here and just be perfectly transparent and show everybody what we've been up to. And the secret is I do a great deal of listening when I come here because I'm still making the movie.
This is for you. After this, we're going to show you some scenes in progress because really, I take all of this back to the editing room and I incorporate your notes and your feelings, and I'm going to take the film ever higher. So without further ado, I give you the world premiere, the trailer coming out with Watchmen. Roll it. Here we go.
So without even knowing it, everybody in attendance here at WonderCon is an editor on Terminator, and I wouldn't have it any other way.
There's been a bit of an evolution with the film since we were at Comic-Con because we were still in the middle of production when we did that, and since then the trailers and teasers have been released, and so I feel like people are a little bit, there's been some articles, so they're a little bit more knowledgeable about the subject matter and what we're really trying to approach, with this film, or take on rather. So I just feel like, it's going to be a more knowledgeable group of people and still hopefully enthusiastic.
All right, who's the biggest Terminator fan out there? That guy, get up here right now. Oh, it's you! It's you! Get up here. How do you feel about your appearance in the new Terminator Salvation?
It's fantastic. It's got them ballsy. But McG, I've got to tell you something. When I saw you at Comic-Con last year, I'll be back.
Because this fan base is very critical and intelligent and significant. They matter. They care about the art, and that's what they're about. They're about how well is this done? Is it done good? They're not gonna let any type of hype story detract or attract them to it. They are going to find out for themselves if it's good. And when you get, it's the word of mouth, grassroots perspective, because this is still grassroots, essentially, and this is a great way to do it because you have true fans of the art here, and if they like it, they speaking the truth. They're not going to lie for you.
Who wants to see a Terminator movie where it's not the Kyle Reese that you know from T1? So all the research was directed towards making that the character that we all know, we all love, that I loved, and I was obsessed with when I was younger. Still am obsessed with. So we from watching the movie, from incorporating elements from the first movie, the string, the shoes, the sweet kicks, the walk, all of it, it's in there, so you can see it and you can enjoy it, and you can take pride in the fact that we honor that.
It's Terminator, people look forward to Terminator. It's part of this legacy, like I said, but it's the fans that perhaps will get the most out of it, and it's a pleasure to bring them something that will excite them and give them a little taste of what's going to be happening in theaters in May.
Tell us about some of the different Terminators in the movie. I mean, there's the one in the water. We saw, obviously, the motorcycle ones. Tell us a little bit about some of the hardware.
Indeed, one of the things we wanted to do was talk about the coming of the T-800. You hear Michael Bihn's character, Kyle Reese, in the first one talk about the T-600s were easy to spot, the rubber skin, we saw them coming a mile away, and it wasn't until the advent of the T-800, the model made famous by Arnold Schwarzenegger, that the resistance was having a real difficulty telling who was a machine and who was a person. And just like a computer that starts big and bulky and only has 2 megs of RAM and a really slow video card, they evolved to a place where they've got terabytes and incredible graphics, and they're lighter than ever, and the battery lasts longer than ever. And that's the same with Skynet. Skynet had to go through a lot of machines to get to that T-800, so naturally they're patrolling the water with the Hydrobots. They're all over the roads with the Moto Terminators. They've got the harvesters that are going out and collecting people to rip the stem cells out of the back of their neck so they can do the research necessary to create a realistic-looking human Terminator in the T-800. We have transports that are reminiscent of the very first frame that changed my life, Star Wars, cruiser coming over your head, and those are the transports in this Terminator picture. And of course we have the T-1s and several other machines along the way, but I thought it would be interesting to look at that space between, which was really the thrust and the reason to make the movie.
I think people who really love sci-fi or comic books, they're also very protective of the franchise. I mean, when you love something like the Terminator, if they're going to bring something in like Batman or Terminator, you want to know what's going on with that. You feel not entitled to it, but you feel a little protective of it. So coming to WonderCon and Comic-Con and things like that kind of show people that we're committed to the movie. McGee's committed to making it different than the first three, but not disrespecting it, and kind of giving people a little peek and respecting that there's a whole love for Terminator, Star Trek, and Watchmen, all those kind of movies.
I would never be so bold as to say, hey, we're going to go do what Nolan did with Batman, but that is certainly the goal, or what Daniel Craig got up to with Bond. A great idea had lost its way, and we wanted to come in and restore order. And if we're going to be successful, if we're going to fail, we're definitely going to leave it all on the film and try to the best of our ability to honor rooms just like this, because at the end of the day, I'm speaking on behalf of Christian Bale, Sam Worthington, and the kids that you see right here. We are exactly like you. We love film. We want to do it right. None of us want to be a part of a disaster, and this does not come from a place of extortion, but from a place of honor and doing it differently. Taking an idea that had a certain expression and now taking advantage of the tools that are available to us today and trying to take it even higher. And with a little luck, we'll be doing it again.
Thank you. Hasta la vista, baby.